So while I'm waiting for the tide to go down, oh, that was something. I'm waiting for the tide to go down so I can get to the bigger oysters. All the little oysters are on top. I'm just going to go fishing for a little bit and see what we can catch. Oh, straight on. Oh, that is a good fish. What is it? Cod? Or barramundi or what? Or shark? I don't know. Oh, it is a shark. Oh, wow. That is incredible. I thought it looked... Oh, hang on. He's going to bite me through there. I have to get the net. As soon as that hit the water, the shark is coming. Here we go. He's okay. He's not going to bite me through now. Let's get this guy in. Oh, we got him. That is amazing. I was going for Mangrove Jack and Barra, and as soon as this thing hit the water, the shark just nailed it. Here we go. Okay, now I have been bitten by one of these guys before. I can't believe that I caught a shark on a ziggy in the top water. These lures are great, but to catch a shark in like a mangrove creek or mangrove area is yeah, it's amazing. That's cool. Oh, a little one. Oh, another little one. Oh, brim, I think that one. Oh, another one. Oh, there's a few fish in there. Oh, here's a nice little drain. There might be something sitting in that. Not a heck of a lot of water, but got to try every spot. Zig and zag across the surface. Oh yes, nice mangrove. No, the way that chomped, I thought it was a mangrove jack, but it's a flathead, and I called it. That drain had a fish on it. Oh, he's not a bad size. He's lost a little bit of blood, and I had to pull the treble out the back of the out of his gills, but I think he'll be okay. I don't really want this guy. Off you go. Yep, swam off. Beautiful. The back hook was right through his gills, and I didn't want to keep him, so I undid that quickly. He lost a little bit of blood, but he swam off pretty good, and I think he'll be okay. Here we've got a classic snag. It's a nice big tree, lots of little tiny bait fish about this big all hovering around it. And I'm going to guess there's a good sized fish in there somewhere. We go straight along the main truck. Switch. Oh, we just had a look from possibly a jack, and he missed it. Oh, and he was looking. That was a little one. And he got it. Yes. Ah. How many times could I miss a jack? Oh, there's a friend. He's got a friend. Oh, he almost ate it. He's eating it. The second jack is trying to eat the lure. He just hit it. He's undersized anyway, but I'm not really chasing jacks to eat. I'm just having a bit of fun, waiting for the tide to be right. Hey, nice little guy. Yeah. There's a ton in there. Let's go back in there and get another one. He's gone really dark after he was nice and light before. Off you go, buddy. He's good. And yeah, I've had a few fish attack that lure already, and for me it's not about the colour, it's about the action. But yeah, they love it. Let's see if we can get one of those big ones. I'll tell you why these snags are so good is when they're laying down, the fish can lay up against them and they feel a lot safer. I mean, none of these fish that are on this snag are the biggest thing in here. There's crocodiles in here, there's big barramundi, there's big mangrove jack, and fish just eat other fish, so yeah, I have spooked quite a few of them. Oh, there's a little one on the left. Oh, there's two little ones. Oh, there's 6, 7, 8. Oh, there's about 20 still in there. Oh, there's a big cod too. Cod's trying to eat the lure. Oh, he had it then. He had it. The cod. The cod is trying to eat that lure. That is wild. Oh, wow. What a cool snag. There you go. He's probably just under legal size. Maybe 33, 32 centimetres. Hey, beautiful fish they are. Off you go, buddy. Hey, grow bigger. And yeah, there's at least 20 in there. Let's try that again. Oh, is it going to happen again? Cast a long way past it, so the lure's got nice action by the time oh, there's one. Oh, there he is looking. Oh, and he missed it. While there's probably 20 or 30 fish in there, oh, there's a looker. After a while, they tend to get spooky. And I just had a few lookers and another one. Oh, I dropped that one. Oh, so guys, let me know, write in the comments if you want me to do more of this ziggy surface action. I quite like it, so yeah, just enough people comment to say yes, I'll keep doing it. I can park the boat up against this tree, and yeah, should be enough water for me to get some oysters. It won't take long, maybe 20 minutes or so, and I should have, yeah, a dozen or so oysters, maybe even 2 dozen or so. I've got almost everything I need: a knife and a container. There we go, look at that, plenty of oysters here. I'm only going to pick the biggest ones, and I'll show you how I'm going to open these oysters. So the boat will be quite happy there. I'm just going to get some oysters quickly. Tide will go down, this will get dry, but I'll find a beach where I'm going to cook these oysters. So let's have a look. There's got to be some nice big ones in here, and I'm looking for, yeah, oh, here's one. Normally you'd use an oyster knife, but I've just got my filleting knife. So what I need to do is break the hinge at the back, and the best way to do that is with a couple of hits like that. That's broken the hinge, and then I go in there and I get the oyster off the rock. There we go, and there we have the first yummy oyster. Alright, now the rule is you have to eat them when you're collecting them, and I'm going to just eat them on the beach that's just around the corner here, so I'm not taking them home. These rocks are just covered in oysters everywhere, so we'll get this one here. This one's quite easy to get. Bang the back. There we go, destroyed the hinge, and then scrape the knife on the oyster. There we go. Whoops, dropped him in the water. We can save him. There we go. Now to get him out of the shell, I think I just showed you, but do it one more time. Just scrape the knife right along the shell. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, that didn't take too long. Let's go and find this beach. Here we go. I've picked a little tiny bit of makeshift beach here for one reason: shade. It's very hot. It's very clear now. It's yeah, it's just beautiful blue sky, but it's really hot, middle of summer here, and it's still quite nice. We're out of the wind. This little guy is coming up to say hello. Where are you, little dude? Hey, he's scooting off. He's in a hurry to go somewhere now. Where is he? There he is. Hey, it's called a mud skipper. It's yeah, it's cool. Just being out in nature and observing all the cool little critters. Hey. So first mission is to get some firewood up there. And after the cyclone we had, there's so much dead timber. It's yeah, and the council's cleaned a lot of it up, but out here it's all just laying around. Alright, some grass, that'll burn very nicely. And grab some of these twigs as well. There we go. Doesn't take much at all to start a fire here. And I always make my fire below the waterline, and like the ground here is actually soaked. So there's just something nice about having a fire in the bush. And yeah, nice surrounds. Oh, ooh, that's hot. And yeah, I'm in the shade here. So what I want to do is just make a bed of coals. I don't want a roaring flame. And then I'll show you how to cook the super delicious oyster stew. And as a added bonus, I've got some oyster mushrooms to go with the oysters. Got my bag of goodies, which I'll show you what's in there in a second. And thanks to the guys at Drifter, they supplied me with some nice little camping gear gadgets. And one of them is this really cool cutting board. I've used it before by Snow Peak. So, and it comes with, normally it's inside, but I just cleaned it with a nice little knife. So from when I do cooking videos now, I've got a nice little chopping board there. I've got about maybe 15, 16 oysters. I can't remember how many I got, but yeah, it's going to be delicious. Oyster mushrooms. Now I figured oyster mushrooms stew, it's going to be delicious. Before I get too carried away, the rocks here and the sand's wet. I've got a nice seat. This is a bit of coral, and I'm not going to take it with me, I'm just going to use it here. So I'm going to use this as my seat. There you go, it's actually a nice bottom shape. Beautiful. Yeah. First thing we're going to do is chop some green stuff. I get one spring onion, chop the end off, and we'll make that nice and small. These are sent to me by Drifter as well. Now the celery, we want to really make it small. There we go, all nice and minced up, and put him in a little container as well. I don't know how I ever did without these little containers, they're great. So that's almost all our ingredients. We've got the oysters, the celery, the spring onions, oyster mushrooms. Let's see what else. We've got cream and butter, and then we've got some pepper as well. So that's pretty much it. So now I'm ready to start cooking, and there's still a bit of flame. So what I'll do is I'll push the flaming bits over there, and make myself a nice little coal stove just there. So the first thing we want to do is get a nice big dob of butter. That's about a quarter of a stick of butter. Get that nice and melted in there. Now that butter's all nicely melted, we're going to throw in our celery and our spring onion. Fry that around for a while. I hope to do a lot more overnight hikes into the forest, or down a river, or on an island, or just more. Now that I'm back from America and the UK, Australia is just such a really cool place to do this. Put another little bit underneath it, just to get a little bit more heat in there. Actually, those onions are starting to go a little bit brown. Let's put some mushrooms in there. These are oyster mushrooms, and when you cook oyster mushrooms, they tend to take on the flavour of what you're cooking them in. So they're going to have a lovely celery and spring onion flavour. Actually, we're going to throw that whole packet in. I'm not going to skimp on this. This recipe is very rich. That's half a stick of butter in there already now, and yeah, this is going to be one very delicious, tasty meal. They're starting to look really good. I'm just going to mix them around. Oh, can't believe all those mushrooms. Yeah, they've definitely shrunk down a bit, but that's good. Spring onion flavour. Oh, that is smelling so good already. Put it in the sun here for you. Look at that. That is so nice. And some of these oyster mushrooms have got a nice little tinge of brown from the pan. Alright, I'm just going to drain the water out of these oysters, because a little bit of water always comes out of them. Some people probably wouldn't, but I am. Now I want to cook them first. Check out this oyster here. That is one delicious big oyster. And just to spice it up a little bit, we're going to put some cayenne pepper. It's extra hot. Now this stuff's actually quite good for you. It's good for your digestion. So we won't put on heaps and heaps, but we'll put in a bit. And I think we're ready for the cream. It's looking like it's ready for the cream. Oh, there we go. I'm going to use about half that. There's only me. So I can highly recommend doing this sort of thing. If you're a young person, a kid, tell your parents about this video or my other videos. Encourage them to take you out, go fishing. I really like to encourage people to go outside, enjoy nature, eat a little bit, let a lot of it go, like be responsible. But the more we respect it and enjoy it, the more we're going to look after it. So that's actually looking really delicious now. It's take that off the heat. It's still too hot to eat. Woo, but look at that, and oh, the creamy goodness of that. It just smells so nice. Ooh, a nice little bit of warmth. Oh, But I can already taste the mushrooms and the oysters coming through on that sauce. Oh, I'll just try one here quickly, and then I'll sit back in the shade. Whoa, look at that. Oh wow. I'd like to share this with you guys. It's
yeah, super delicious. I hope you can see the colour of that. It's a shame you can't get the tastiness of it, but look at the oyster. Oh. And it feels like there's no one around. I mean, there's no one here.
Very creamy. Oh, let's get one of these oysters. Another mushroom, oyster mushroom here. That is still very hot. But yeah, I highly recommend going out and yeah, trying different things. And this is, I've never done this before. And look how perfect it is. Look at that yellow sheen on top. It's oh, so delicious. You can't feel the chunkiness of the celery. It's all just absorbed in there as a nice little fresh tang. Oh, oyster mushroom, here we go. Oh, it's like it's filled with a like a juice explosion. Like, look at this creamy sauce. Look at that. Oh wow, I'm definitely doing this again.
So everyone, get out and enjoy nature. It doesn't have to be exactly the same way I do it. Just enjoy it. This particular dish is very delicious. The oyster mushrooms, fresh oysters, cream, butter. So guys, have a look at my other catch and cook videos. I've got plenty of them out there. There's plenty more going to come. Now that I'm back in Australia, I'm really going to get into the catch and cooks. But yeah, this is I don't know what you're seeing there, but it's working for me. Gotta try this. Guys, I'm out of here.
Oh, got him, yes. That was my third cast, I think. Not the flash that I saw. This is a little guy. Hey, little Mangrove Jack, dude. Oh. Hey, off you go, little buddy. So the surface lure isn't always the best thing. Do a few casts with the surface lure first. That doesn't work, doesn't look like it's working. What we'll do is we'll change to a Samaki Vibalicious. Let's have a quick look at that. There we go. So that gets down there and creates, oh, there's a fish there. Gets down there and makes a lot of noise. Every time I lift it up it goes bloop. Oh, that was a hit, yes! Got him! Oh, and he just changed to that, and Mr. Cod wanted the Vibalicious. So yeah, I'm fishing with the Samaki when the lively lures Ziggy doesn't work. So yeah, that worked. A treat. Hey, off you go, buddy. And how's that? I did the surface first, didn't get anything after 2 casts, and then 1 cast and the second cast on the Vibalicious, bang, fish on. So it helps to do the high water column and then the low water column. And if you want to check out the gear that I use, have a look in the description. Oh, he's on, he's on. I thought that was a stick. Oh, yes, I've got an Amazon. Oh, I've dropped him. I've got an Amazon shop where that if you buy through that shop, it costs the same, but I get a small commission. Various gear you can get through there, rods, reels, lures, line, and yeah, it just helps me out that little bit if you buy through Amazon already. Amazon's actually coming to Australia.